I am the true alpha male, the living legend of hair loss. And now, as of recently, I have become your personal hairline hero. Hairline hero. Let's check out a comment here. This is a quick video because it's a quick comment. But I made a video called Receding Hairline, Fixing My Hair in 37 Seconds with a Blow Dryer. Complete joke of a video. I love it when people get angry and upset over that and think I'm obsessing over my hairline because I made a joke video to reflect how obsessive people are about the subject. Like, that's what you call what like black humor, dark comedy. There's lots of words for it, but it's basically tongue-in-cheek, I guess would be another one. The whole premise of that video was to get people upset that I made the video and try to call me out for being obsessed. It takes a person obsessed with hair loss to watch the video, and that was the actual point of the video. And I love it that the meaning of the video was lost on so many people because I proved my point. That was the actual point. So in that video, that was a complete joke. Our friend Pumpernickel, who has SpongeBob SquarePants as their little thumbnail there, says this, quote, "I got a cure to all Norwoods. Mohawk," all caps. Your thoughts? So, I responded and said, "Do it." Yeah, if that's what you want to do. Why is it getting so blurry? Oh, because if I hold the phone too close, that it focuses on the phone. I need to start going. So the comment says, so yeah, let's imagine Mohawks with different Norwood situations, because people have said that, like, "Nick, why don't you just get a Mohawk? That'll solve your problem because you've got a widow's peak basically, so you could just do that." So let's kind of imagine a Mohawk for all Norwoods. Norwood 1 is when you've got receding temples, but you've got a straight across hairline. Any hairstyle pretty much is going to look good with that. So would a Mohawk look good? Okay, sure, yeah. Next, Norwood 2 is when you've got a V shape and triangles, but no rounded off shapes. I mean, still, it's going to be focused on the main part there. Okay, good. Norwood 3, okay, yeah, I could see that. Now granted, typically a Norwood 3, and I want to specifically point this out, a Norwood 3 is when your whole hairline is starting to move further up your head in general. Because typically like a Norwood 2, you still have hair growing on your forehead, like on the side of your face or on the front of your face. When you're getting into Norwood 3, then we're talking about this little island, the peninsula itself typically is going to be on top of your head more so than on your face, you know what I'm saying? So because of that though, still if we were to shave all that off and just leave that, yep, that makes sense. Norwood 4 though and beyond, I don't really see how that's going to look that great because Norwood 4 is implying there's a little puff, a little island here disconnected from the mainland. It's also implying that there's a bald spot. So to have a consistent strip of hair there, it's going to be patchy unless you want a little blotch. Like here's a ball here, here's a ball there. I mean, so Norwood 1 through 3, okay, I'll give you that. That could easily be the case. But I feel now obligated to make a separate video talking about how Norwood 3 is. I feel that Norwood is when your hairline is starting to move on top of your head. I've never actually really talked about that. I'll make the next video about that I film. I'll publish them out of order completely, but yeah, that's a good idea for a video. Your comments. Oh, before I do that though, I do want to say that not too long ago I was at Home Depot and we were getting some things for our yard. As a family, we're doing some yard work here to kind of keep us distracted during COVID-19. And it was, well, you could still get out and go to Home Depot. You know. But while we were there, my son, who's 9, said, "Daddy, look at that guy's hair." So I looked, and it was this man who I want to say he was around 70 years old, maybe early 70s. And his hair, completely white. And I guess he maybe had a receding hairline. He could have been in Norwood 3. He probably was in Norwood 3. And he had a Norwood 3 Mohawk. But his hair was kind of like fluffy. Like it wasn't necessarily curly, it was kind of fluffy. And so he had just this strip of a Mohawk like this, a Norwood 3 Mohawk, completely white hair, just went straight like that. And it just kind of like flopped. He had no product on it, just flopped around. So he was like walking around like this, like pointing at stuff, talking to his wife. You know, I think he had like a rock and roll t-shirt, wearing shorts and flip-flops, just, you know. It was just so funny because, like, okay, if there was going to be a man with in his 70s that has a Norwood 3 Mohawk, then yeah, that should be the guy. This is trivia, but I think this is just interesting as I'm telling you the story. It was also interesting because this man was white, but his wife was black. And so it was just interesting to see an older couple. They were an interracial couple. The wife was black. She looked completely like a woman, a black woman pushing 70. She looked completely normal demographically, what you would expect a black woman to look like of that age. Normal in every way. But she's having just normal conversations with this husband that's like he came from a different planet. Like, they seemed so mismatched when you looked at them, not because of the race, but just because, what I'm saying specifically, the praise is on her. She was a very just, how do I say it, like sophisticated lady, regardless of her race. Then there's this guy who's an old man with a fluffy Norwood 3 Mohawk. So I guess what I'm saying is, I wouldn't picture that guy married to a very sophisticated black woman. I would expect him to be married to a lady that would be the equivalent of him. I would expect a guy like that to be married to someone who had pink and blue hair or shaved hair too, like something to match. The way they looked was just so strange. Again, it has nothing to do with race, other than it made it stranger that a black woman would think, hey, I want to marry this guy with the Now, granted, I don't know how long they've been together, but either way, it was really strange. End of scene. Your comments right here.